This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Christy Bacon here. We are back with another edition of Between the Ropes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am here with Christy. How you doing this evening?
Good. Boy, we got a lot to talk about because so much has happened, especially today.
Yeah, and I think we should start there. I shouldn't.
Absolutely.
What they say, bury the lead or something like that.
Exactly.
Let's get to it. Let's go with the most surprising. R-Truth. No, that's not a joke. He put it on social media, and people like us questioned it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that real? Is he really?
Is he kidding?
Saying that, or is he just like, hey, it's April Fools in June? Some people said that, and it's like,
I
can understand that. Yeah, I think if he put out a video saying that he would be released, I don't think nobody would take him seriously.
No, but it's true. He wasn't
Thomas
kidding.
is saying good evening.
Hi, Thomas.
Hey, Thomas. But yeah, R-Truth is no more. It's a sad day, he says.
It is true. It is a sad day. It was shocking when I first saw the tweet. I'm like, don't kid with us, R-Truth. Come on now. And he just had a match against John Cena. It was a non-title match, Saturday night's main event. I think about a week or so ago.
A week ago today?
Yep, a week ago today.
And I guess his last official match was against JC Mateo, the new signing on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That was his last televised on SmackDown match.
Oh, yeah.
I guess special event or pay-per-view was against Cena.
And Saturday night's main event.
Yeah. And when you brought out the towel like Cena does, saying the last time is now, you can call that foreshadowing, I guess.
Right. It might have been foreshadowing. We didn't know that at the time. We just thought Truth was just doing his goofy gimmick thing where he's claiming Cena's his childhood idol, even though he's like a few years older than Cena. We thought he was kidding.
Should we put little Jimmy in this conversation?
Yeah, let's put little Jimmy in the conversation.
Or should we put our Ron Cena?
Either one, I think.
As he called himself.
Either one. Yeah, he called himself Ron Cena. I don't know. This is just flat out just weird that he would be getting released. And then, after everything he's done, he's had success as the United States champion. He's had success as a tag team with The Miz. And everyone in WWE, I think even in just wrestling period, were shocked to hear this. I was seeing tweets from not just like the people I normally follow, like Natalya, Karrion Kross. I was seeing tweets from like Liv Morgan, Naomi, The Miz, showing R-Truth some love and everything they did. Zelina Vega. They were all, this was shocking. I heard the morale in locker rooms, like everyone is just stunned by this. Because he's such a locker room leader. It's probably such a force of positive. It's such a, he was such positivity in that locker room, even during some of the toughest times.
Oh, yeah. What else? He was the, 18 time 24/7, 7-Eleven,
European
Intercontinental,
hardcore champion, yeah.
Intercontinental Hardcore U.S. Championship.
I remember being in the Thunderdome for an episode of WWE's Main Event, and he was talking about wanting a 24/7 title match against Drew Gulak in a bouncy castle, which was hilarious. I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, this guy he's really into this.
I think Thomas has a suggestion.
What's that?
I think Thomas has a suggestion.
And
maybe R-Truth is leaving, but no. Staying.
He did that storyline with the Judgment Day where he thinks he's a member of the Judgment Day. He beat JD McDonough, put him through a table, and thought JD was out of the Judgment Day, and Truth was in, and then wasn't it?
I like the promo.
Like, come on, Damien Priest, JD, Finn Balor. Look at R-Truth was giving you your cut of the merch sales, the money. That was hilarious.
I like the video package where he's like, being in the Judgment Day is cool. We were in Judgment Day in your house.
Judgment Day in your house.
We did, yeah.
That whole storyline. Priest and Rhea holding up the towels, and R-Truth comes in. Nails on the belt. Like, dude, you're gonna get the living crap beaten out of you by these people. Because they look like they want to wring your damn neck half the time. But it was hilarious, and fans just ate it up. He was good. He was really great in the ring, but he was so hilarious.
He was very hilarious. And
he was. I mean, I don't think he honestly cared if we were laughing at him, as long as we were enjoying what he was putting out there in the ring and on the mic. I think that's all that mattered.
I also remember one time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Money in the Bank. They were leading up to Money in the Bank, one of them. And they did like a presidential debate with Jerry Lawler kind of emceeing it. And they go to R-Truth, and he's like, if I become president, he said a bunch of other stuff.
What else?
Yeah. And he's like, I think Lawler's like, this is for Money in the Bank. It is?
Yeah.
But still, if I become president.
There was one time he mistook going to the Royal Rumble. He thought it was Money in the Bank. So he got the two completely confused.
Yeah. I think for one night only. Because he's still under contract. You unretire, because I think he got a horrible banishment or whatever.
He did. I mean,
you unretire for one night. The 24/7 championship.
I thought they did that when Nikki Cross threw it in the garbage.
They did, but
or do you fish it out and give it to Truth as like, here's your parting gift. Thank you for all your years of.
It becomes a squash match. 1, 2, 3.
Here's your gift for your years of service, your contributions to WWE. We give you this. We salvaged it and we cleaned it up. And doesn't it look amazing? Here you go. That would be great. There's so many.
Yeah, Dragon Viper.
Hi, Dragon Viper.
He is returned for a moment.
He has returned. I think when Dragon Viper. Oh, you plan on coming back?
Ooh.
Yes. I wonder. Now he's gonna do it.
Well, you know where to find it, so.
Yes, you know where to find it.
But yeah, R-Truth has some wonderful moments.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
I think he should return. You should return to. This is what I've heard. To TNA, and reignite the Ron Killings.
I think that's his actual name, Ron Killings. Yeah, right. I mean that would be cool for him to do that. I don't think he would fit in AEW anyway. I mean. They're going in a different direction, and I don't think he would fit into that direction they want to go in.
And I kind of understand
if you wanted him like maybe you could have R-Truth be like a producer or something like that. Yeah, his age worked against him in negotiations, according to Thomas. Yeah, R-Truth is 55 years old.
But
And
what you could do is
Mhm.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say you could say, you know what? I don't think what we have right now
Mhm.
as an in-ring competitor is
Mhm.
gonna work for you.
Legends
You
contract.
can, yeah, Legends contract,
Mhm.
and we can still use you off and on for appearances and
Right. You
whatever.
can be like a
You know,
global ambassador, kind of. They have some people sign a Legends deal. That's one of the things that they do is be a global ambassador. Or you go on television, local television. You can hype up Raw or SmackDown or a pay per view in advance. Like he could do that.
well, not only that, but once in a while he can go in for a match every now
Yeah.
and then.
Like a one-off appearance.
You
Like
know,
have him show up in the. Oh, excuse me. Have him show up in the Rumble, maybe.
show him at the Rumble. I mean,
Every once
like
in a while.
you could do like what Trish Stratus does, what
Like, well, I
all the
mean,
other ones do, and
oh yeah.
once
Lita,
every
I mean,
once in a
Lita,
while.
Trish Stratus does it. Lita does it. I mean, they all do it.
So why not that?
That would be fun. Or you
Um,
could have, you could have R-Truth go work backstage. I'm sure he's got, a lot of great ideas for like segments and that sort of thing. He'd be like a segment producer, just something that keeps him active and keeps him busy.
yeah. What you
Like that.
there's a lot of possibilities you can do.
Oh yeah. Now someone
As
else.
for yeah,
Go
as
ahead.
for the second one,
Yeah, the second.
you might say it's not cool,
No, it's not cool.
and that would be
Carlito.
Carlito.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not leaving WWE, I guess, empty-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Did win a championship in Puerto Rico.
It's been successful.
And yeah. So I'm
But
sure
I
he's
feel
gonna
like,
be there.
yeah, this was also surprising because last time I think we saw him, he was doing his usual thing with the Judgment Day, just coming in and helping out and beating up people and that sort of thing. And I wonder, I mean, was there anything else for him to do besides just be a Judgment Day stooge? I don't know. I'm not sure at all.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Uh
Some are blaming like for the releases of R-Truth and Carlito, sorry, on TKO because it's all about the money, and they're saying these two guys, yeah, they are older, and do they really
Car-
fit into what TKO wants for WWE? Some people are saying that may have been WWE being owned by TKO, maybe the worst thing that they've ever done business wise. Because look at who they've ended up releasing, like Dakota Kai. We've talked about R-Truth and Carlito. It's just crazy.
Carlito's only like 46.
Yeah. So it's like,
So I don't know if that's his age.
oh, I can take a look right
I
here.
know it's his age, but
Right, exactly.
I don't know if that's the reason why it's his.
I don't think so. I just wonder. Yeah, he's 46. So I don't know. Yeah, where's the apple when you need it since it's not cool? I don't know. I don't have one. So we can't I don't have one, and I don't think Chris has one, so we can't really eat an apple in honor of Carlito.
Let's see. Thomas is saying maybe there'll be enough fan backlash that WWE will bring Truth back, like they did with Hardy.
With Matt Hardy, yeah, maybe. I don't know how much of an outcry there really is for Truth to come back amongst fans. They're more focusing their anger at TKO for doing this, saying, look, it's you guys bought this company and you're getting rid of people that fans have really grown to love and enjoy watching on screen, on camera over the years. R-Truth being one of them.
Put him in the pre-show as a analyst.
Put him, analyst, producer, whatever will work for them. I mean,
keep him in character. I don't care.
Keep him in character. Have him be like keep R-Truth as Mr. Forgetful.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know.
He'll start Money in the Bank the
Yeah.
pre-show. He's like, "Welcome to Survivor Series 2020." Oh wait, hold on.
And whoever's doing the
That's
pre-show,
not right.
whether it's like Jackie Redmond or someone should turn around and tell the truth. Dude, this is Money in the Bank. This is Survivor
Yeah.
Series is later on in the year.
It is.
It is.
No.
No.
Or he'll be like, "Welcome to Money
Just
in the
take it
Bank."
with the June for the month of November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But,
we'll
oh
talk about
boy.
more Money in the Bank for
Oh, yeah.
next year here in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
So-
there's a lot.
There's a lot. WWE Evolve, which airs Wednesdays on Tubi, just crowned their first ever women's champion, Callie Armstrong, who won in a
Oh,
fatal four-way elimination match. She beat Smiley Kylie Ray, Wendy
Yeah.
Chu, and Kendall Gray. And she wasn't exactly respectful towards Natalia, who was presenting her with the belt, because she just grabbed it out of her hand. And Natty was giving her the look of death. Pretty much like, oh, you want to mess with me?
foreshadowing.
Maybe
I know they're trying to
foreshadowing,
do
because Natty's
more,
been really pulling out this since she's been competing and doing things like the Crockett Cup and Bloodsport. She's been pulling out this kind of new side of herself. Natty Neidhart, who is like a badass, is vicious, violent, that sort of thing. Unlike Natalia, who is not that. So it's been interesting to kind of see how that develops. I mean, could it lead to a feud between her and Callie Armstrong? Maybe. Would the title have to be on the line? No, I don't think I don't think so.
Well, Natalie or Natty shouldn't have
Natty.
to, win it, but
No, I mean, she could just go in there like non-title match and say, "I'm going to teach you a lesson. You do not mess with. You don't mess with me."
what do you think of like NXT stars going down there?
I know Lexis King's been down there to Evolve. I mentioned Wendy Chu, who was in NXT. She's down to Evolve. Nikita Lyons moved down to Evolve. You've had a couple of people from WWE, LFG. I think Leah Laurel, and I don't remember the other guy's name, but they both are part of Evolve.
I think it's good because it kind of feels like an unofficial WWE's developmental.
Yeah, it's kind of like the first step you take before you're not ready for NXT, but we'll give you a chance to get yourself going and give you a chance to get some experience. So Evolve is the place to go.
Yep.
This was so far so good based on what I've seen. Really good tag team matches, really good competitors that you get to know. And it's just seeing like the occasional NXT or WWE ID talent coming in and really getting these chances to really kind of show what they can do. Which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to eventually crown their men's champion. I think it's either next week or the week after. I'll have to keep watching.
Yeah. What else? So we all know that WrestleMania was going to be
in New
Orleans.
Yep.
Next year.
Yep.
But they're like, we're gonna. No.
Another reason fans are angry at TKO is the greed aspect. They took WrestleMania from New Orleans, and they're contemplating having it again in Vegas. I wouldn't do that, because if you saw, like, people did not react to this WrestleMania in a very positive manner. Like, it wasn't a great WrestleMania for Vegas. I don't know why they're saying because TKO does events, or Endeavor does UFC events in Vegas, they should do WrestleMania Vegas. I mean, I had this discussion with some folks about it, and we're throwing out ideas of potential places where you could do WrestleMania. I mean,
I think that the location was good. The fan turnout was good.
Yeah.
The viewership on TV and streaming was good.
Yeah.
What people hated the most,
the matches,
was not. Oh yeah, maybe the order of the matches.
Not great on the card.
Right. One thing that had to do with it was the order of the matches. 2 was the ending to John
Night 2?
Cena
Yeah,
and
no
Cody
one was
Rhodes.
happy.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the anger online over him winning the title, beating Cody. I mean, I was in tears over it. I was like crying, thinking, "Is this a night?
We-
This a bad dream? Somebody tell me it's a bad dream. Tell me this isn't
I think-
real." But it was real. People were mad
I
about
think
that. It just lacked the excitement that last year's WrestleMania had because last year people were anticipating Cody Rhodes finishing his story, and this year,
well,
excuse me,
when
Oof.
Cena lost the Rumble
Mhm.
and he had his press conference and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to enter myself, or
Mhm. He's
I
going to
can't
enter
remember
the
his press
elimination
conference.
chamber.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm going to enter the Elimination Chamber.
Mhm.
I will win it, and I will win that championship.
Yeah.
I knew from that point. He's like, I'm thinking to myself, he's going to win it. There's
Right.
the story's right there.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna if he did not win at Mania, he was gonna keep chasing that championship. Maybe win it
Right.
at the end of the year, retire, and say, "Okay, at the Men's Royal Rumble, this title will be put on the line." It's Men's Royal Rumble will be a complete free for all.
And yeah, I figured he was going to win it, but I think a lot of people were upset of how
Yes,
it was done.
right. You had The
You had
Rock was a
Travis
part of the
Scott.
storyline. Travis Scott was a part of it, yeah. And The Rock never came out, not once. The whole time
and a lot
leading
of
up to
people,
this, people are like, wait a minute, John Cena, you sold your soul to The Rock. And yet, Rock, you are not coming out to defend your boy, cut promos, do all this stuff. You did not stick your nose into this match. You didn't add one layer of intrigue to this story at all. You just came in, did the to Cena, and you had Cena attack Cody, and now you just didn't do anything. And I was like, you did your thing, and then you back, and then he tried to explain it. I'm like, I'm not going to listen to this guy any longer. He's full of crap. He's lying.
Well, and the worst part is that there's talks that he won't be back till next year or the year after that.
Yeah.
Or now what?
People still, yeah. I mean, people still want Roman versus Rock. People want this whole Rock Cody thing to wrap it up. But I just feel like Rock he's just messing with us, and I think a lot of us fans we're just fed up with it. We're like, we're done with you. You just go stay in Hollywood where you belong. Keep making your dumb movies, your ridiculous movies, and just don't bother coming back because we don't care anymore.
Thomas is saying nobody wanted to see Cena beat Cody, and the Rock being out of the storyline hurts everything as well.
Exactly.
I think a lot of people didn't. A lot of people didn't want Cena to win, but I think a lot of people knew he was going to win.
They knew he was going to. They were hoping Triple H would pull, pivot from Cena winning title, actually having Cody retain. Then again, you face another problem as well because, people have been calling for Cody to turn heel. And if you have him retain that championship, people were already complaining Cody was a bad champion. I'm like, think about it. He defended that championship more times than Roman Reigns did in the entire 3.5 years he held the belt.
Yeah.
Cody did more in over a year.
That's what
makes me mad about the whole internet wrestling community anyway, because sometimes they're so fickle. It's like, we wanted Cody to be champion. He goes on a year-long reign with this belt, does more for it than Roman did, and you're all belly aching. I want to say something else, but I think this is a PG show, by the way.
I don't think that's PG
code or anything. This isn't for bros or anything. So,
I don't think that's PG.
I don't think. Yeah, it's like Truth said. I don't think that's PG. It was either R-Truth or Booker T. I don't remember.
No, it was Truth.
We whined and complained.
It was Truth.
IWC whines, moans, and complains about everything. It's like, come on, you're never going to be happy no matter what.
Yeah. I just don't listen to him.
Yeah, I try not to pay attention.
I read the stories, but I don't listen to the.
I don't listen to them. I don't even read anything Dave Meltzer does because, as far as I'm concerned, Meltzer's full of, his star rating sucks. We're
Yep.
rating wrestling matches. We're not giving restaurants a 4.7 star review on Google or anything like that. I don't care what he does. I don't like Brian Alvarez. I think he's full of crap. And Sean Ross Sapp, I don't care about him either. So there you go.
Why don't you like Sean?
I don't care
Sean
for
Ross
Sean
Sapp?
Ross Sapp. I don't. I hate Brian Alvarez, and I think
How
Dave
come?
Meltzer's an idiot. If I want to listen to someone's honest opinion on wrestling, I mean, I would listen to Busted Open Radio, and I'll listen to Dave LaGreca go off. I'd rather listen to him rant.
That's more of an entertainment.
It
kind
is
of
more
thing, though.
entertainment, but there is some facts involved in that. And considering LaGreca's working with different WWE superstars and even TNA ones, it's really interesting to listen to.
It is.
Yeah, and LaGreca's gone off before. Like, he doesn't care for what The Rock has to say anyway. He doesn't care.
Right.
Oh yeah.
We talked about at Mania
Excuse me.
that WWE was doing Worlds Collide.
Mm-hmm.
It's also part of AAA or TNA, I should say.
Mm-hmm. And we have Money in the Bank coming up.
Well, they're both the same day.
Oh yeah, on the same day. It's really a lot to take in. I could barely watch the NXT Stand and Deliver and then go right into Mania afterwards. I'm like, ugh, help.
So
that's a lot.
So Worlds Collide,
Mm-hmm.
which if you're going to be in the Los Angeles area,
yep, I think
is going to be at,
Ooh, I was gonna say AAA and WWE. That's the Worlds Collide.
And TNA. TNA's part of it too.
Yeah.
But it's going to be June 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Central Time,
1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be early.
You can catch that.
Peacock.
And you can catch that on WWE's official YouTube page.
You can check that out.
And if you're for English and Spanish people, just check, which one you're going to use. But there's so far 5 matches.
I know one of them is a tag team match involving Lola Vice and the now former, I hate calling her this, the former NXT Women's Champion, Stephanie Becker, who is now...
We'll talk about her in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get to her in a minute. Just show it.
You have Legado del Fantasma.
She's my phone. She's the wallpaper on my phone now.
Cool.
Yeah, I had to find a really good picture, so...
Yeah, you have Legado del Fantasma in a match.
Yeah.
I don't speak Spanish. I'm probably going to butcher these names, but
Legado del Fantasma. I can't really butcher is Vikingo, the new AAA world champion who beat the former Alberto Del Rio, Mr. Alberto El Patron.
Yeah.
Mr. I Hurt Page, and people hate my guts for it.
Now, I have a feeling in this match something's going to happen. And I'm going to tell you. It's going to be oh, you already talked about
Vikingo. I just call him Vikingo.
Chad Chable.
If I do the rest of his name, since I don't speak Spanish either, I will butcher the living crap out of it, so just won't do it.
I think it was interesting, WWE, when they were promoting this on Monday Night Raw last week.
Yeah.
It was pretty much an FU to Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto Del Rio, yeah. Some fans were complaining online. It's like, oh, great, nice going. You just spoiled it for everybody. Vikingo's going to beat Alberto Del Rio for the AAA championship. Thanks a lot, WWE.
But I think a lot of people knew
Get the damn title off him anyway.
I think everybody knew that.
Yeah, everyone knew that. I mean, Del Rio's an embarrassment anyway. He can't keep himself out of trouble, amongst other things.
Right. And so I don't mind that being a spoiler.
No, I don't mind that either, actually. I'm like, thank God it's on the title's on someone who I've watched before, and Vikingo is really, really good. He's so good. He did some AEW matches, and that's when I went bonkers over him because his moveset is out of this world. And I don't mean that literally.
Should be a
He's fun.
should be a fun one.
He is fun to watch.
Ethan Page, the new North American champion. All right.
Yeah.
Going up against Javon Evans
Bouncy.
and Ray Phoenix.
Oh, right, yes.
And Laredo Kid. So.
Oh, the crowd in NXT lost it when Ray Phoenix showed up. They were very happy to see him. They're like, yes! If it had been Penta, it's like, Lucha Brothers reunited. Thank you, God.
What was interesting is I saw this past week's NXT, and they started off with that North American Championship match.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, I was so upset over. I'm still going to call him Ricky Starks. Even though I know he goes by Ricky Saints now. Yeah. Losing to All Ego Ethan Page, and I thought, this is weird. He beat one former AEW colleague of his for the championship, and Sean Spears, only to lose it to another former AEW colleague of his and All Ego Ethan Page. It's kind of amazing how that all comes together.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned Stephanie Vaquer.
I did.
Lola,
yeah, they teamed up. I don't know what their names are, but I know Stephanie Vaquer saw them in the crowd, and then there was a backstage segment after her match against Jordan Grace where she retained her championship. These two chicks come around and they start bitching at each other in Spanish, and then they try to beat each other up. And this was before JC James showed up.
Probably.
Which I think we're definitely going to get to when we cover NXT.
Yeah. And then you also have LWO going up against Octagon Jr. and Areo Star.
Yeah. That should definitely be an interesting one. I only know a few of them. All right. Some in WWE, some I've probably seen them do some AEW episodes of like AEW Dynamite or Collision. I think a few of them have been in like Ring of Honor, something like that. But I'm not 100% aware of every competitor who's been in AAA. Not all of them.
And then we go to the Intuit Dome, where not only Monday Night Raw for the Netflix area started, but you also have the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yes.
Or pay-per-view ladder match, whatever you want to call it. We'll give your predictions, everybody's predictions here.
Right.
Solo Sikoa. Go up.
No, I was going to say there's 2 more matches scheduled, one for the women, one for the men, to finish off who's competing in the ladder matches. And we'll get to one of them in a bit.
Yeah. Solo Sikoa versus LA Knight versus Penta versus Seth Rollins versus Andrade.
And versus someone to be determined later.
So let's see. Solo.
No.
Knight. And Andrade are all in.
First time ones. I know Rollins they do this all the time with Money in the Bank. They always have to put in someone who has won the briefcase before. And that is Seth's role in this one. He is the one person amongst everyone who's currently in there right now who's won the briefcase at least once.
Huh.
Yeah, they did this 2016 when, ironically, someone we mentioned before, Alberto Del Rio, was put in the match with, and he had won the briefcase before. So I think they think this is what they like to do. So I think it's the same on the women's side too. As for the men,
interesting.
I mean, me personally, I would rather wait until that last spot is filled, and then I can think really hard about who I would pick to win the briefcase on the men's side.
It should
just how I'm
have.
gonna do it.
Cross should have been in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think
Yeah.
Karrion Kross should have been in. I mean, people are calling for him. They're saying give him a chance. Strap the rocket to him and shoot him to the moon. Let him win the briefcase and let him cash in on whoever he wants. I don't want him cashing in on Jey Uso. That would be stupid. I would like to see him cash in on John Cena.
I think LA Knight should win it.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, that would be my pick. Based on who's in the match right now, I would pick him.
I don't think Andrade's ready
Nope.
at the moment.
Nope. He's not.
I
think Solo.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I think Solo is going to go after Jacob Fatu in that United States Championship.
Seth Rollins already won it.
He's already won it. Heist of the century. He pulled it off.
Penta may not be ready.
Really not. I would rather see Penta go up against beat Dominic Mysterio for that Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah. You have Alexa Bliss.
Mm-hmm.
This is on the women's side.
Yeah.
Roxanne.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea.
Yeah.
Julia.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi. And one other person.
Yep, and the last one to be determined. I think that last match will determine who on the women's side. It does feature Stephanie Vaquer. I think she is
Thomas
the favorite
is saying,
to win.
I wish Solo would win.
I wish Solo would win. That would be great if he did, but I think they have plans for him to go after Jacob Fatu and the United States Championship. I think that might be the plan. I could be wrong, though. Because that's what it's been looking like for a while, at least. I think since Jacob Fatu won that United States title. Excuse me.
Let's see. El Grande Americano is going to help Chad Gable.
El Grande Americano is Chad Gable, okay?
You don't know that.
I have my suspicions.
Soon you'll be calling Stephanie Miss Money in the Bank.
That's who, if she wins her qualifying match tomorrow night on Raw, that is my pick for Money in the Bank. Even though I have a friend, he's rooting for Roxanne Perez. But I'm going Stephanie Vaquer. I think she is more than ready, more than capable. I think she is definitely going to be going for gold. And that briefcase, and her holding the briefcase might be her way of getting it.
Maybe.
They have been calling for seeing if someone could have a failed cash-in. Based on what I've seen with the women, they haven't put anyone in there who could have a failed cash-in, because pretty much the women have had a 100% success rate at cashing in.
So
everyone in women's match, Alexa Bliss has won the Money in the Bank briefcase, so she has won it.
So
I think WWE is
Okay. On the men's side, your triple threat qualifying match is CM Punk, AJ Styles, which I find interesting that he's now an enhancement talent.
Oh.
They don't have a story going for him right now.
No, not right now.
And El Grande Americano.
I would replace one. I would replace.
No, I'm not making that up. I'm going to
say it right now. I'm going to say it. I would replace El Grande Americano with Karrion Kross. There you go. That's it.
Well, especially if he helps out in NXT, or not NXT, but Worlds Collide, and then they're like, can't compete.
You can't do two events at the same time.
Or can you?
Are you crazy enough to do it?
Maybe.
I think Punk is going to end up. Yeah, I think Punk's going to probably win his qualifying match, and I'll finish up that. But if, like I said, if I had my way, I would pull El Grande Americano out and put Karrion Kross in and book him to win that match. It's God forbid this guy. I mean, WWE's got to do something with Karrion Kross, or you just let him and Scarlett go, and he can go and dominate elsewhere. Because he is more than capable.
Right. Let's see. Thomas is saying they're not at the same time. No. The other one.
No, we know they're not at the same time. It's like Chris and I mentioned the times. I think it's
3 p.m. Eastern time.
2 Central, 1
Worlds
Mountain
Collide.
Standard Time, 12 noon Pacific time. So if you're gonna watch Worlds Collide, you'll probably be eating lunch by then.
And it's on YouTube.
Yes, it's not on Peacock. It's on YouTube.
WWE's YouTube page.
Yeah. I think Money in the Bank comes on probably like
6 o'clock.
6
I
o'clock
think Central.
Yeah. So about 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for me. So yeah, that they're gonna be. So I don't know.
I can see Seth winning to further the storyline with Jay, Punk, and Sammy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look something up real quick here because now I'm
Punk
curious.
is winning
No,
tomorrow.
since Seth, yeah, I know Punk is winning tomorrow. I mean, I said that. Okay.
Which if he does win, if Punk wins, it'll be his second
to win Money in the Bank
twice. Austin. I know he won it 3, but
CM Punk. The only individual ever win the Money in the Bank ladder match twice is Punk. He did it twice. This would be, if he wins, then he's the first one. He would be the first person to win it 3 times. Everyone else we've mentioned, from Rollins, Alexa, that's
Austin.
Yeah, Stone Cold. Yeah, wait a minute. Let me take a look. Stone Cold Steve
Austin won it 3 times. Austin won it 3 times, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me take a look. Stone Cold Steve Austin. No, not that one. There we go. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Go Google again. Who's won Money in the Money in the Bank 3 times?
Oh, that's Rumble. My bad.
Yeah, that's the Rumble 3 times. Yeah, no, 3 individuals have actually won the ladder match 3 times. Charlotte Flair, John Cena. Yeah, that's the ladder match. I mean, the briefcase.
Well, the briefcase
We're talking
is
about the briefcase. Match. Punk is the one who's won it twice and had successful cash-ins. I think he's had successful cash-ins both times.
So with Money in the Bank, Thomas says the PLE starts at 6 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Eastern. No, I think Thomas got this wrong. 7 p.m. Eastern, 6. Wait a second. This is wacky. 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central.
It would be.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So it'd be 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central.
5 Mountain Standard Time, and 4 Pacific.
Right.
So yeah, so CM Punk won it twice. No, the Money in the Bank ladder match was actually started back in 2005. Does Mr. Bacon? Does he need a Snickers? God damn it.
Maybe.
Okay, so I'm looking up Money in the Bank ladder matches. Punk won. Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin never won this match. He never won it.
So is Triple H, and I think he's a little butthurt about it.
Wait a minute. Let me see. Let's see.
He wants to remove the briefcases.
Yeah. I mean, AEW does. They're kind of a similar thing to Money in the Bank, but their contract is in kind of the championship contract is in a binder in like a silver clipboard type binder where you have to open up and you have to put your signature on the contract as opposed to the briefcase where you just hand it to the ref and say you're going to cash it in. Let's see.
Doesn't NXT do something similar?
I think they've done that before. I'm trying to remember when that was, but they don't do that sort of. Wait a minute.
Well, they do
Yeah,
it
I
for
think
like
they've
the
done that
up and
before, but the
comer.
cash-ins have not been successful. Yeah, so the only person to keep looking at the match is CM Punk is the only one to win it twice. And the concept was at WrestleMania in 2005, and Edge was the one who cashed it, who won the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania before it became its own pay-per-view event.
Yeah, and I think
So Jericho created it. Yeah, there's a lot of match ideas that he came up with, and a lot of them have ended up blowing up in his face. Like, he never won Money in the Bank in the 6 times he competed in the match.
Wow.
I think the last time Jericho was in the match, 2016, and that was John Moxley, then Dean Ambrose, finally won the briefcase in the third time he'd been in the match.
You also have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul.
That was announced at Saturday night's main event when Cody came back. Because I think Jay was going to retain. The ref got pulled out of the ring, and then Logan Paul and John Cena just started beating up Jay until Cody's music hit, and he started beating up Cena. This led to some people wondering. Go ahead.
I
was going to say it's led to some people asking, like, when Cody had the title belt in his hand. Pardon me. It led to people going, is this what we're going to get at, say, SummerSlam, for example? Are we going to get Cody versus Cena where Cody gets the title back? And I'm going, that feels so far down the road right now, I would not even be thinking about it.
A lot of things don't seem far down the road.
Yeah, I mean, we're not even there yet, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know. Things are going to go, pardon the movie title here, but things are going to be fast and furious here. Literally. We'll get to that here in a minute.
Yeah.
But it should be a fun match.
In the bank.
The question is, and I guess I should ask this when we were talking about the men's Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Going into that Monday Night Raw after Money in the Bank, you have Jey Uso squaring off against Gunther for his championship.
Right.
For Jay's championship.
Right.
Will we see a cash-in?
What?
Will we see a cash-in in this match with Cena and Jay?
No. I don't think so.
Who knows? I mean,
whoever it ends up, I mean, if you're gonna have, say, someone like, say, CM Punk win the briefcase, I think we know exactly who he's gonna cash in on, because he's cashed in on him before.
But why
supposedly you couldn't see him.
But why not go for 2 for 1?
I don't know.
If they're both down and out, just put one.
That would be too I think that would just be too difficult, I think. I think if Punk wins, he can.
Though.
I think Punk goes after Cena, and that way Jay and Gunther get their title match on the Raw after Money in the Bank. I just don't personally. The idea of Jay losing that title via Money in the Bank cash in, I hate it more than anything, because he worked so hard to get there, to get to this point, and just to take it away from him by someone with the briefcase, it doesn't register up here for me.
I don't think so either, but anything's possible with
anything
WWE.
Is possible. I know, but I feel as though if Cena, if like I said, if Punk wins the briefcase, he goes right after Cena, because they've had that long history, that rivalry that's been going on for years. And it was Cena, when Punk did the pipe bomb promo, Cena was the one in the ring when Punk cut that promo. Yeah, TNA has a match called Feast or Fire, where there are briefcases in each corner containing different stipulations. Okay, that I did not know about, because I don't watch TNA that much, but that's good to know.
What's weird is I saw a video on that. Somebody picked a briefcase, and And no, it was not like Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, kind of like that. There's just
And
no model behind the
he,
briefcase.
he
Just
thought
like,
he was
bling, there you go. Here's your stipulation.
he
Cage
thought
match.
he thought he had a contract for TNA, and
Mhm.
he's like, commentators were like, "No, you're fired." So I get a contract? No, you're
No,
fired. You're
you're
going.
fired.
Goodbye. See you. Don't go.
No. Yeah. Speaking of TNA, TNA is a new world champion.
Yep, and it's coming from the WWE side of things.
Trick Williams, of all people. I love the guy, but this was ridiculous. I'm sorry.
A lot of people said that this is because the partnership was getting stale, supposedly,
Yeah, too
and they needed to
one-sided
freshen
because
things up.
right, exactly, because you didn't have. I mean, you had NXT talent going after TNA championships. Like the last one of the last people to do it, I think, before Trick challenged Joe Hendry was Cora Jade challenging Masha Slamovich for the Knockouts title. That didn't work. You've had Jordan Grace when she was in TNA go for the NXT Women's title against Roxanne Perez. That didn't work because Roxanne
Right.
retained. So it's always been both brands have kept their titles with their respective stars. Trick is the first one to actually beat the actual champion and actually have the belt.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to
And
hold it very long because there is someone who is currently in TNA, had a match in NXT, won it. His name is Mike Santana.
Yeah. Oh, he did win it?
Huh?
He did win it?
Who did?
Mike Santana.
No, Mike Santana hasn't won it yet. I think there is a TNA pay-per-view coming up, and that's where I think Trick has to drop the title to Santana because TNA's been building TNA's been building Santana up to be a world champion, and I like many others thought he was going to challenge Joe Hendry for the title until NXT Battleground changed all that and Trick's the one with the belt.
Right. And I did see something about Santino Marella putting up his authority.
Real life daughter, Ariana Grace.
Yeah.
In a mixed
but
tag
he's
team
putting up his authority title on the line.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
That I didn't know about.
I think it's going to be at the pay-per-view.
Next
pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I think Trick. I mean, I hate it when certain superstars are transitional champions, but I would have given Trick a little bit of time with the belt before he drops it to Mike Santana.
Yeah.
But I guess that's probably the plan anyway.
But this will show how.
Mm-hmm.
But this will show how Trick Williams can be as a champ again.
Yeah. I mean, he's been a champion before in NXT, and he's had 2 decent reigns. This is his booking. I've not been a fan of the booking. So I feel like he has so much more. He's so much more to offer.
Thomas is asking, so will the title match on Tuesday between Trick and Santana
end in a DQ?
Oh yeah,
depends on who's
going
gonna
up
come
against
in
each other on Tuesday.
Right, they face each other on Tuesday. I think it depends on who's gonna run out and cause the DQ. Will it be Joe Hendry? Will it be Frankie Kazarian? Will it be someone on the NXT roster? Someone on the NXT roster? I don't honestly know.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
and then you also have Becky Lynch and Lyra.
Money in the Bank with I think of the title. Stipulation is if Lyra retains the championship, Becky doesn't challenge for it again.
Right, but if Becky
sounds like Cody Rhodes from 2019 when he went up against Jericho in AEW and said if he lost to Jericho, he's never challenging for the AEW World Champion again. I'm going, Becky, don't do this.
That's the other stipulation.
Do you really want to do that? Yeah.
That's the other stipulation.
Yes.
So.
But if Becky wins, then that means where does Lyra go? Does she go for a world championship? Does she switch brands to SmackDown? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the only women's mid-card title that has switched hands is the Women's United States Championship, and that's being held by Zelina Vega, who beat Chelsea Green.
Yep.
But yeah, more NXT news. We mentioned Stephanie Vaquer is in a Money in the Bank qualifying match, and the crazy thing is she got beat by JC Jane and lost that NXT Women's title to JC Jane, and it was not a clean win because Fatal Influence had to stick their noses in where it didn't belong. It's sort of, or what I'd like to call them, sort of Toxic Attraction off of Temu.
Definitely.
I mean, you got Fallon Henley, who I think is the poor woman's version of Hangman Adam Page. I'm sorry, the cowboy gimmick. No, it's not. I'm not totally convinced with her. Jasmine Nix, I don't have an opinion on her. JC Jane, seen her Toxic Attraction with Priscilla Kelly, then formerly Gigi Dolan. So
yeah.
Oh boy.
So remember I told you about how the events are going to be fast and furious.
I do.
So June 7th we have Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide.
Yep.
June 28th in Saudi Arabia.
Oh no.
You have yes.
No.
You have Night of Champions.
Oh God.
Yes.
I think I know.
June 12th or July 12th.
All in Arlington,
have,
Texas, AEW.
Well,
I know. And there's more to it.
You also have WWE Saturday Night's the main event in Georgia.
Showing us right now.
That's supposedly going to be Goldberg's last match.
Supposedly.
On the 13th, you got Evolution.
The second Evolution. The one that was about, about 7 years in the making.
Right.
There's a lot of fans crying, like, come on, bring it back. You did well with it the first time. Do it again.
Right. But they should have done it the next year and the next year.
Oh, yeah. They should have made it a yearly pay-per-view for just the ladies to really do their thing and show their stuff.
They should have done it on Mother's Day. Just saying.
Yep.
And just title it different. Nice. That's all.
Yeah, it would have been nice. But they decided to wait until after AEW All In, the day after.
On August 2nd and 3rd, we have SummerSlam.
Yep.
August 31st.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Clash in Paris.
Clash in Paris, yes. Oh, boy.
On October 11th, because I think they skipped September for now.
Yeah, they're probably going to give their no pay-per-views in September. Sorry, everybody. Well, unless it's September 22nd and AEW is all out in Toronto.
Paris, get ready for Crown Jewel. Oh. That's so weird. Awkward.
It's in Paris? I thought it was okay.
No, it's Australia. It's in
Australia. Okay. Never mind, it's in Australia.
So get ready for 4 a.m. 3 a.m.
No, this will be me. I'm gonna be sleeping.
And then
I cannot do it.
On November 29th, Survivor Series.
Yeah. Are they gonna do War Games or not? I don't have a clue.
The logo shows like War Games thing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Also on the 12th, in the
NXT's Great American Bash. Yeah, there's so much wrestling, especially AEW, WWE program. It's countering each other on this one.
But yet WWE says, no,
it has nothing to do with that. It's BS.
No, they're not our competition. No.
Yeah, right. Then why are you scheduling one of your NXT events before AEW's possibly biggest pay-per-view of the year, taking place not in London, that's next year, but in Arlington, Texas at Globe Life Field?
Yeah, even though it's in my area and I know it's on the weekend, I don't know if I want to go to an event where I have to sit through 11, 12 matches.
Yeah.
And
that's not counting those on the buy-in. That's definitely not counting that.
Yeah. I can barely sit through 2-3 hours.
I can only survive 2
An
hours,
American
but that's
Idol.
just me at home watching wrestling. Other than that, a pay-per-view event, I don't know if I can do it.
I'd rather go to a WWE pay-per-view only because they're smaller.
But the thing with AEW pay-per-views, I've heard that ticket packages are a little bit more affordable than, like, say, WrestleMania. Someone I know found out the ticket packages were around the $20,000 range. And he's like, no. And I'm like, that's Vegas. It's Nevada. Nevada has a sale. And then the Bash is going to go, it is going to go head to head with All In Texas.
What time is...
I think All In is probably at about...
What time is Great American Bash? 2:30 Eastern. Oh no, hold on.
Oh wait.
It's scheduled to start at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, 3 Eastern, 2 Central. So it'd be 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for me. Oh my.
And what?
All In. It's All In.
All In's like at 6 p.m.
No, I went with the start time here.
I'm thinking like 6 p.m. Central.
You mean for the Great American Bash?
No, Great American Bash is like 2 my time, 3 Eastern. But I was talking more of All In.
Yeah, All In. I'm looking at the same thing. NXT Great American Bash. Okay, scheduled to start 3 Eastern, according to multiple reports. So the start time has not been confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah. So
either way, it's gonna be.
It's gonna go ahead. If this is true, then Great American Bash and All In are gonna go head to head.
But you know what?
Some people are saying this is absolute BS what WWE is doing, trying to do this scheduling certain pay-per-view events to go up against certain AEW pay-per-view events. And AEW doesn't have a high number of pay-per-views anyway. The biggest issue is Tony Khan likes to really stack them up with a ton of matches.
And that's why I'm
probably exhausted.
And that's why I probably won't go to one.
Even if the ticket prices are a little bit more affordable, yes, it's 3 to 4 or so hours. It's not 7 hours like WrestleMania used to be when it was one night. But yeah, they like to really load the card up, and that's a little ridiculous because you can't give everyone who has an existing storyline in any company. You can't give everyone you can't give them everything.
I think WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania, you should have all of your champions defend.
Yes, I'm with you there.
And then every other pay-per-view have, like a rotating.
Yeah, you can do that.
Who's
certain titles should be defended on certain pay-per-views unless it's, All In, for example, which I think all the titles should be defended at All In. Because
All In and All Out.
All In, All Out, maybe Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Those would be the only 3
there you go.
I would highly recommend where I would suggest all the titles be defended. But just don't stack the friggin' card up with so many matches. It's going to make people like you and me fall asleep.
And then for WWE
wrestling, like that.
WWE, you have every title defend on Mania.
Yep.
Survivor Series.
SummerSlam, I think, would be another one where you can do that.
And SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I think Mania, Survivor Series, and SummerSlam.
Those would be the 3 I would think where every title would have to be defended.
NXT, I don't care.
No.
I mean, I do care and I don't care.
Everything anyway. It just doesn't take a ton of time and they don't overload the card with a ton of matches.
I guess the one event you could, and they do have all the titles, is Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, because that's during WrestleMania weekend. Oops. Oh boy. Woo. That has been crazy, and it's going to get even crazier starting tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw with those 2 Money in the Bank qualifying matches. That'll, determine who everyone's going to be competing in that, and then we'll see if another match or two gets added to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, because we already know it's the ladder matches, then it's the Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody and Jey Uso, which I think that one might be the main event, but I'm not 100% sure. But if anyone has any questions or any suggestions, let us know in the chat. And
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Mhm.
I think all the matches are set.
I think they are. They could slip one in there. I don't know.
All in
All
is
in
at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, that's what I saw when I did a Google search there. I think that's confirmed. But Great American Bash, that hasn't been confirmed. But if it is true it's on at 3 p.m. Eastern, it is going head to head with All In.
And what? That's June 12th?
What do you do? Do you do Prime pick your streaming package? Do you want to watch All In Texas on Prime Video, or do you want to watch NXT Great American Bash on Peacock? Make your choice.
Or if you're international, Netflix, yeah. Or you can buy a VPN and watch it on Netflix.
That's true. That's true. I am hoping it comes up on Triller TV, because I know some people were whining about it. I don't have Prime Video, so I would rather do Triller TV than that. But if it is on Prime Video, I'm going to have to figure something out. What?
I think they dropped Triller.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, the funny thing is Triller
They're
TV let me keep all the AEW. It let me keep all the AEW pay-per-views that I had bought when they were on Bleacher Report.
We already know 4 matches.
Oh yeah, yeah. They had AEW Double or Nothing on Triller TV, and
I want to go back and watch that Anarchy in the.
Yeah, it was the Anarchy in the Arena for the Double or Nothing 2025. I heard was absolutely crazy.
There's staples involved.
There's tags on the bottom of the shoe on a pair of the sneakers, because Swerve Strickland collaborated with Reebok on a sneaker, which looks based on his Black Panther gear from AEW Dynasty last year, and he used the shoes with the tags, hit the Young Bucks, and he won the match for his team.
Now what's crazy is, speaking of AEW, congratulations to Darby Allin, who climbed Mount Everest.
Planted an AEW flag on Mount Everest. People are saying he should be coming back. I mean, you got to think about what he had to endure climbing that mountain with the altitude and everything like that. He's going to need time to get better before he gets the okay to resume wrestling training. So I don't think we're going to see him for a little while.
No.
Because he's going to need time to rest and recover and then get himself ready to go back into the ring. So if he shows up, say, All Out in September in Toronto, I think that would be best bet for him. But I'm guessing just like everybody else is.
Yeah. Mariah May is reportedly going to be in WWE.
Yep, none of her merch is on shopaew.com. Her profile is not on AEW's roster website. So I think her contract ended. What a way for her to go. She had one of the best pro wrestling rivalries with Toni Storm. And for it to end with that match, where it ended with the words "the end" on the screen, that's a pretty big way to go. That's a pretty epic way to end your tenure in a company like that.
Yeah, definitely.
To have probably one of the best rivalries that I think it should be up there with a lot of great rivalries that have happened over the past 10 or so years. And I'm not saying men's rivalries or women, I think just overall.
And going back to Money in the Bank, I think we're only going to have 4 matches, because for a majority of the time, Money in the Bank ladder matches,
they take up a lot of the time.
It's
like with the Royal Rumble, the men's and women's matches eat up a huge chunk of the time for those pay-per-views. That's for that pay-per-view. That's why they don't schedule a lot of individual matches in between both Rumble matches. Like the world title match was up between Cody Rhodes and KO with an Alabama slam through a ladder. Ooh. Whew. That was crazy.
I know we're not entertainment hour, but
No, not.
we are sports fans,
Yes.
and this particular person did, I think, maybe a few wrestling segments.
Mm-hmm.
But the sports science guy from ESPN,
Who's that?
John Brinkus. He did the sports science thing.
Okay, I'm trying to remember who that was because I haven't watched ESPN in a pretty long time.
He sadly passed away.
Oh.
Yeah.
We also had they released the trailer for the second Happy Gilmore movie, which features a couple of wrestlers in it. Becky Lynch cameo, MGF playing one of Adam Sandler's boys. That's hilarious. Is he dropping elbow in the car? Max, please do not go all Hollywood on us here, good sir. That was hilarious.
I'm going to go back and watch the first one. I've seen the first one, but I'm going to go back and watch it.
Maybe the first one is Adam Sandler versus Bob Barker. Fight!
That was awesome from Barker.
Barker versus Adam Sandler. That was great. But
we should have had a part 2.
But sadly, I mean, Bob Barker, he's probably watching. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Hey, it's possible. You could reuse the scene.
It is possible.
I don't know.
CGI, you can use AI or something. But it's not the same as actually physically having him right there, getting ready to hit Adam Sandler again with the right hook. But, ooh.
I think we covered.
I think we covered everything.
A lot
more too. Money in the Bank, Worlds Collide.
Yeah.
Disputing whether NXT Great American Bash is going to go head to head with All In. It looks like it will be. Making our picks, that sort of thing, and the horrible news about R-Truth and Kalisto and Carlito each getting released, which is terrible.
I don't think anybody's upset about Kalisto.
I said I was trying to say Carlito.
Carlito,
I don't know why I'm saying Kalisto. I don't know why I was trying to say that. The total slip of the tongue.
You want to see the Lucha House Party come back?
Oh, yeah, I did see Lindsay Dorado on WWE Evolve, and they were doing Lucha. Like, shut up, dude. But we covered everything. Just got to say thank you to Thomas for chiming in and everything.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Any final words, Chris?
The final thoughts. This is going to be an interesting week going into Money in the Bank, and it should definitely be interesting. That's for sure.
It will be interesting. Everything is going to come at us at once.
Mm-hmm. Right there.
Yeah. It's going to be.
Brace yourselves.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun ride, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and one more thing. What's your thoughts on Money in the Bank being August 29th of next year in New Orleans?
I don't like it. So too used to it being in either June or July, not August. That's not
too late.
It's too late. It's definitely too late.
Yeah, it is. Tom is saying, you're awesome.
Thank you.
Guys, good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, we will be back next week for Between the Ropes. Join us on Coast to Coast for all of our great shows.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be back with another Between the Ropes. Have a great evening, everybody, and
Night,
enjoy the week.
everybody. Yeah.